let's bring in Jessica Smith for the very latest on that. And Jess, we've talked about this deadline that Democratic lawmakers are trying to reach when the current economic benefits expire. How likely are we likely to see the president sign by the end of the week?
It does look like that will happen, that Democrats will make that deadline before those unemployment benefits expire. It's still not clear when the president plans to sign the legislation, so we'll keep you updated if we hear any more from the White House. But right now, House lawmakers are debating the bill. They have been debating all morning on the House floor. Republicans still making the case that this bill is too expensive, that it has too many things unrelated to COVID-19, while Democrats say it is necessary, it meets the crisis of the moment. We aren't expecting any Republicans to be on board with this bill. The first time the House took this up, 2 Democrats voted against it. This time, it looks like one of those Democrats will actually vote for it. He said on Twitter that the Senate changes were good enough for him to vote for this legislation. Now, Democrats have been taking a victory lap already before this vote even happens. We heard from Speaker Pelosi and Democratic leaders yesterday talking about just how big of a deal this legislation is. Speaker Pelosi said it was one of the most consequential pieces of legislation that she's been a part of, and they are starting to look ahead at what comes next. Speaker Pelosi was asked if there will need to be another COVID relief package. Her answer was simply, you'll have to ask the virus. But she did say that Democrats are going to continue working on other items like raising the minimum wage. She said we might hear more about their plans in that area later this week. And then Chairman Richard Neal, chairman of the Ways and Means Committee, did say that he is already looking at ways to make the expanded child tax credit that's included in the bill for just this year. He's looking at ways of making that permanent. So those are some other issues that we'll be watching in the days ahead. But again, today, the big vote sometime this afternoon, and then we'll be watching to see when President Biden signs the bill.
Okay, and we'll be checking in with you, Jess, as we get any indication on how quickly this is likely to move through the House.